You learn how to be nice. They were taught that being nice keeps the peace. That being known is less important than being liked. Love will come your way if you're quiet, helpful, and kind. But Carl Jung says there is a deeper truth to this act. Most of the time, what people call goodness isn't really good. The mask was put together with care. Because people-pleasing doesn't show real kindness. If it's worn for too long, it stops protecting and turns into a jail. In fact, it gets rid of the real parts of you. People won't respect you more if you always say yes. Being easy to get along with won't make people love you more. Silencing your truth doesn't lead to peace. The sound you make instead is your own voice slowly going away. The world doesn't even notice that you're going away. You tell yourself that your silence is great because you're helping, keeping the peace, or being kind. But every second, you give up what you really want and how you really feel. We've lost something holy. You teach the people around you, without even saying it, that they can come in and out of your time, that you don't have to be strict, and that they don't have to worry about what you need. People think that your silence means you agree. People think that your softness means you agree. Soon, you'll be more of a job than a person. People-pleasing wasn't just nice to do to Carl Jung. He saw it as the shadow dressed up as something else. It was a sneaky way for him to protect himself out of fear. A mask made to stay connected at all times, avoid being turned down, and avoid conflict. But here's the irony. The more you try to please others, the less attached you become. Not because people are mean, but because they copy what you let them. No one will know about the part of you that wants to say no, the part that wants to speak up or step away, if you never show it. You become a shadow that can be seen, but not really seen, present, but not felt. Then one morning you're too tired to do anything. What's wrong with your life? Why does your soul feel far away? Why do the people around you seem close, but not really know you? That quiet pain inside you, that feeling of being cut off, is not weakness. It's the first sign that you're awake. Jung named that pain. You learned how to wear a mask before you even knew what it was. Jung called it the persona, which is your carefully crafted self that your parents, society, and teachers have shaped. It wasn't created to trick people. It had to happen. It helped you stay alive, change, get love, stay out of trouble, and stay in the group of people who knew you. It worked for a while. You still need it now. You can't just go through life saying or doing whatever comes to mind, right? A useful mask helps people get along with each other. It plays a part. It makes links. It keeps things calm. But Jung warned of a danger that gets worse over time. When you start to think the mask is really your face. When a character takes over as your identity, you lose touch with the soul that is really you. You're no longer just getting through life. You're living it. You might not even know it until your gut stops telling you. It seems like your voice is far away, and your truth starts to show through the mask of being nice. You were not made to get along with everyone. You were meant to be real. You're not here to always fit into other people's lives. You need to write your own. You can't do that, though, if your first reaction is to make everyone else happy at the cost of your own inner peace. This is the trap that people pleasers get caught in. A lot of the time, they don't know it until the emptiness gets too much to bear. You quietly agree to erase yourself every time you don't say no. It might look like the price of peace, but it's really anger. You think that being quiet makes you kind, but being quiet while being angry inside is not kind. It means giving up on yourself. You think it's selfish to say no, but staying quiet while hope that other people can read your mind only makes you feel disconnected. You think it's good to make other people happy, but real virtue is clarity, the kind that tells the truth, sets limits, and makes you known. Jung knew that repressing something doesn't make it go away. It changes. You don't become more loving when you push down your anger, your gut, or your voice. You become quietly angry. It's not that you're not good, but that you know you're abandoning something important to you. You start to control how you act, not to connect with others, but to keep their feelings in check. Your body starts to talk when you can't. A lot of small exchanges wear you out. You think too much about what to say. You're careful what you say. That's not being sensitive. It's the mental damage that comes from long-term mask wear. Also, the more you try to please people, the more they will expect you to obey them without even realizing it. You show them that you don't stand for anything. They stop thinking you can say no because of this. Even though they aren't always mean, they're used to your silence, your flexibility, and the fact that you often leave. You may feel angry when you finally tell the truth, set a limit, and say, "This is who I am." This is not because you are hurting anyone, but because you are finally protecting yourself. Protecting people who only knew you were giving and will sound like resistance to them. Jung said that this is the point where the mask starts to break. The soul starts to rise, not to break the link, but to strengthen it. If you want to know where individuation starts, Jung would say, this is where you begin to belong to yourself, not where you become better. Individuality is not about making yourself look good for other people to see. Taking back your soul from the parts you've been playing is a sacred, quiet act. You're not improving yourself. You're taking control of yourself. It's the journey inside of you to become a fully integrated person, someone whose spine doesn't give out in pain, whose shadow isn't pushed away, whose voice talks even when it shakes, and whose no means something even when it's disappointing. As long as you don't accept this truth, you will always feel empty, like something is missing or not quite right inside you. You'll smile at everyone, but deep down you'll be hurting and wonder why you don't feel seen in a life that's meant to be full. Being empty is not a sign of weakness. It is not a fail. Sadness doesn't happen for no reason. Jung would say that it's your true self coming out. The hint of the soul turning into a scream can be heard through your polite words and carefully chosen messages. It breaks through the nice persona you've been practicing for years. At some point, the performance gets too much to bear. That point is called the barrier. Giving in is the only way to get away. Things start to change in the world when you do that. It makes people feel bad. Some may pull away. Some people might strike out. Some will try to shame you back into giving up, being nice, or being quiet. Let them. It's not your fault that they're uncomfortable. It's just the price of telling the truth. This is not mean. It is clear. You're not supposed to be soft, nice, or quiet all the time. You're here to stay awake, to always hold on to your truth, not to live your life as a show, but as a presence. You'll also learn that being liked doesn't give you freedom. It comes from being whole. It's not those who are praised by everyone who are truly healed. It's those who can be alone and still feel whole. Feeling a stirring inside you? If you can see how much of your life has been shaped by the fear of letting other people down, know this. You have already started to awaken. From now on, every time you pick truth over approval, silence over explanation, or present over performance, you move closer to living the life you really want. You don't lose yourself when you let other people down. When you give up the truth of who you are, you lose yourself. And when you stop putting yourself through terrible things just to be liked, something beautiful starts to grow inside you. You no longer feel empty. You stop looking for yourself in other people. You feel free for the first time. If this message made you feel something, don't end it here. The next movie will show you more about the path of healing, growth, and finding out more about yourself. It could be the big step forward your soul has been waiting for. Use it right now. Click subscribe. Set up alerts. Join a group of people who care about truth, change, and real inner growth. You're not the only one going this way. See you in the next video, where we keep becoming the people we were always meant to be.